Hey everybody, welcome back to Rink's Garage. Today we got the 81 C10 in the shop, or what's left of it, and we're going to be turning it into a short box. I've always wanted a short box. They're hard to come by, so why not? Just chop her down. We got to take 14 inches out of here, 6 inches off the back, and weld her back together. So let's see how she goes. So it's been about a year since we did any work on this thing, and that was pulling the cab off and getting that all stripped down. It's been sitting outside all winter. So this morning I very carefully pulled the box off of this thing. Probably not the safest thing, but it worked. So, get started. We got to strip this thing down. I'm going to go ahead and pull the heat shield off and all the wiring, brake lines, anything we don't need to get started and get this cleaned up here. And of course, I better throw a couple tires that hold air on it. We're going to want it pretty level, as level as we can get it anyway. So, I'm going to go ahead and rip all that stuff off, and then we'll get to marking her out. All right, well, we got our brake lines out of there, electrical, got some jack stands under the front, and all I did was leveled it as best I could and shimmed each side, so it's just got a little pressure on it. And then the back, since for some reason I only have 2 jack stands, I just got a board in there so it doesn't tip over. It should be a little bit front heavy, and I got the back as level as possible. Kind of just leveled it out by letting a little air out of one tire, just because, you know, they're all different sizes, and this one's actually pretty nice holding air. That one holds air, but she's only got about, I don't know, a couple thousand miles left on it. So we want to take 14 inches out. Here, I got it all marked out. So what I'm going to do is I just measured a head off the hanger 1 inch and made a line. Measured 20 inches and made another line, and then this is 14 inches, so we got 14 inches here and 14 inches back from here, and then a line down the center. So what we're going to do is cut the bottom up to here, back, up, over, and then same here. So we'll cut here, down, back, bottom, so we'll have a little Z pattern when we go back together, so it's not just a straight up and down weld. So should be a little stronger, and then when we're done we'll put a fish plate on the back too. So I think all we got left to do now is start cutting. So I'm gonna take the cutoff wheel and hack them out of there, and hopefully this doesn't tip over. her cut apart. Didn't go too bad. Now hopefully she'll fit together. See if I can just roll this forward. Get it close anyway. And I got some angle irons we'll clamp on the bottom both sides to get it leveled up, and then we'll see if we got to make any adjustments. Looks like we got to come towards the front a little bit. Alright, so grip tight on this side. Alright, now we got her all clamped. Time to weld her up. I checked it level on both sides and it's almost perfect. So you're gonna have a little bit of gap here and there just for cut-off wheel. I twisted a little bit, made a little bigger track on one side. But we're gonna weld her where she is, so I'll get her tacked up. And then probably gonna weld inside first, and then I can back grind everything on the outside and weld it again so we get full penetration. And then I did make up some fish plates, so these will go inside the frame, cover up that lap. We'll weld them in. So get her tacked up. Alright, we got everything welded up, smoothed off. Did a little grinding on the inside, so last thing we gotta do for this is weld our fish plates on. So I'll get them clamped in there and weld it up. Well, got everything welded up. Let's see, that fish plate in there. So them things I cut, they're 5 inches tall, 8 inches long, so they overlap the seam by 1 inch on each side. And then I just clip the corners off. So all done with the center section. Last thing we gotta do is the rear end. So short boxes are 6 inches shorter on the rear too, so we gotta take this cross member out. We'll just cut these rivets off with the cutoff wheel, pound them out, and then there's already holes in the frame to move it up 6 inches, and then we just got to cut 6 inches off the back. So I'll pop them rivets off and clean that up and mark it out, and we'll cut the back rails off, and we're almost to the end of her. Alright, now since we got her cut off, you should be able to throw your cross member back in. Just using some 3/8 bolts. Well, now we got ourselves a short box square body. You're probably thinking, why'd you go and do that? You don't have a short box to put on it. True, but the box I had was crappy. Short box is probably harder to get, but we're gonna have some updates on this. She's gonna have pretty good sized tires in the back, so we're gonna have to tub it anyway. So if nothing else, I'll buy new box sides, throw the front of that box in, and we'll just make our own. But next on the agenda, I got to figure out what we're going to do with suspension. Should go through everything, I imagine. We do have that other rear end to throw on it, so I don't know. To do some digging on some parts, but that's going to do it for this video. So thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.